Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Farm Sim 25, and welcome back to my New Frontier Survival Challenge, where we started with just a truck and a chainsaw. And speaking of a truck, Bessie. Bessie gonna get some use today. So in the last episode, I made an oopsie. I sold off I think it was last episode, may have been the episode prior. But either way, I sold off our TARDIS trailers because I bought a brand new semi-trailer down here. Let me enter the vehicle down here, Mac. I bought this beautiful trailer right here for hauling our grain and other bulk materials, including sawdust, aka wood chips. Except there's one problem. This trailer doesn't haul wood chips. So now I don't have a trailer that can. Or do I? Is it better to be smart or lucky? Remember when we didn't get rid of stuff? Yeah. Up here. If we get into Bessie, we got this old trailer right here. Look at this. Look at this trailer right here. It is capable, I think, of hauling any bulk goods, including wood chips. Now, I don't remember how much it can hold, but in theory, this will work for what we need it for. So why am I so worried about wood chips? It is January, and if you're thinking that I'm going to be selling them off, you're actually wrong. It's not going to be us selling them off. In the last episode, I did bring up a new mod for drying corn. And other grains, but corn is our big one, right? So we're going to take old Bessie and her original trailer. Man, it's been a while since we've had this out, ain't it? Look at that. Also, if you guys notice anything different about the game today in terms of its overall visuals, let me know. Do you like this one version or this better, or do you like the other version better? If you don't notice any difference, then great. But we're going to try being back on the visuals side of things, which means we're going to be running a little bit lower frame rate, but I don't know if you guys will notice because I do duplicate frames and make it 60 FPS anyway. So I'm not sure if it's going to show up for you guys as much. But we couldn't do this for the longest time because the game had an issue with screen tearing. But for the moment, it seems like the screen tearing is under control. It is a bit flickery, which is just a product of just having no frames. But look at the new building, guys! Doesn't it fit in perfectly right there? I told you it would. It looks perfect. It looks perfect. So what is all this about? Well, it's quite simple, really. This is going to be our corn dryer. So the theory, we put the corn in here. Now I know that right out the gate you guys will be looking at this and be like, well, if we got this for the corn, what do we need this for? I still want to keep this for some other things down the road. Getting rid of a silo just seems dumb. We're not doing it. We're going to keep that silo, keep the setup for now. If we don't need it in the future, maybe we'll deal with that. But this will take our corn and turn it into dry corn, which is worth about twice as much, right? But it's not free. You either have to buy methane, right? Or as you guys across the pond might call it, methane. It's methane for us in the US. But you can buy methane, haul it over here, and put it into this tank. And yeah, the sad part is this is not a pressurized vessel. Okay, this is like a normal diesel tank or a gas tank. It's a fuel tank. It is not a pressurized gas tank, right? that is not what that is made for. Anyway, but other than that, or we can drop off some wood chips. We just happen to have an overabundance of wood chips, don't we? We make them over there. So this seems like the logical choice. We can use our wood chips to dry our corn to make more money. It's a win-win-win. This is what farming is all about. Taking your byproducts and turning it into profit. So you maximize the profit for everything. It is perfect. As long as this works and I didn't completely screw us by selling off our Lizard TARDIS trailers. But I'm pretty confident this will work. If it doesn't, I'm going to look real dumb. Also, I moved our headers over here for the time being. But yeah, let's get Bessie to work, bringing some wood chips over, or not. I'm hoping that this works. It should, in theory. There's no reason it wouldn't. This is just a normal bulk trailer, right? So, in theory, it works. It works. Alright, let's fill this up. I forget how much it can take. It's not a lot. 5,500 liters is all this will hold. Well, I don't know how much it's going to take us. I didn't do any math, right? We can do the math. Now, I don't know exactly where we offload our wood chips. Do I go inside to offload wood chips? Like, obviously, you get your dry corn out of that little spout. So, do I drive in here? Because this right here appears to be like where I would dump wood chips, right? I'm no expert. Yeah, not being an expert apparently is correct, because that is not where I dump wood chips, apparently. Alright, well, do I dump the wood chips in here? I mean, this is where you put your grain or your corn, so I would hope not, but, you know. Yeah, this isn't it. This is not it either. That's gotta be where you dump your wood chips, right? I just didn't get a spot or a thing to unload. Like normally you get a prompt to unload. Oh, hold the thought. This has gotta be it. Like this is where you put your wood chips. Has to be. By the way, I have not tested this, so this might just flat out not work, in which case we're gonna be sadness. Okay, that's not working. Tip side is back. I mean, I could just click unload here, but I feel like that's a mistake. I should be getting a prompt, right? Maybe I have to go over here. This is the only other option. I would assume that this is for the actual methane. Huh. I mean, in theory, this is... I'm gonna make a mess. I already know I'm gonna make a mess. I mean, we have conveyors. We can move the stuff around and load this stuff up if I have to. So I'm just gonna assume that this is correct. I am going to unload here and see what happens. This action cannot be performed here. But why? Alright, maybe I have to actually, like... have corn in here first? Grain drying shed. Okay, so here's what I was looking at. So obviously we're going to be looking at the corn, right? So we would want corn, and we would dry it via just regular corn. So there are two different corn... Actually, there's three different corn drying recipes. There's dry corn, there's dry corn methane, and dry corn straw. So you can use straw methane or wood chips. So 50 wood chips gets us 1,000 dried corn. Okay. We know that we have a lot of corn, but I don't know why I can't seem to make this work. So if I want to do this, and I turn this on, will that now allow me to dump? It does not. And like I said, this should be grain here. So like I wouldn't imagine it allows us to dump here. And again, it's not telling us it can. And this I know is the methane side. I just don't know why it ain't working. Alright. Maybe we gotta have the corn in there first, so let's go ahead and get some corn. I'm gonna go ahead and back this back into that spot, because that's gotta be it. Like, I can't be crazy. That 100% is the spot for the wood chips. But we're going to shut down Bessie for the time being. We're going to hook Mac up to the big trailer. We're going to start filling him up. Let's go ahead and put this down. See how that trailer like drops down because it's a little bit too low for Mac? That's kind of annoying and ends up being a problem sometimes. See how this trailer doesn't do that? This trailer is nice and high. Alright, let's open her up. We got corn to get. We're going to swing wide here, come in nice and tight. Should be able to just pull right up underneath our spigot. And unload or load some corn. So we got 228,000 liters. So that would be 228 times 50. That's going to take only 11,400 liters of wood chips. Meaning we should have no problem making this happen. The only thing I could think of is maybe that trailer is not being recognized with the thing, but it shouldn't. I mean, it's loaded with wood chips. Like, that should just automatically work. I don't know. We might have to go get a Lizard TARDIS, but I don't know how I'm going to do that if I ain't got no money. I mean, we can sell off wood chips. We're not going to need all of the wood chips. Clearly. But we will get this thing loaded up with some good old-fashioned corn and get this into the drop point for the corn, because clearly the grain bin is right there. So we should be able to drop this straight into the grain bin. And then maybe that's what it needs to realize that I want to load up wood chips. I just might have tried to start it awkwardly, but I'm hoping that'll work. Otherwise, the only other option I have would be to figure out how I'm going to afford methane equipment, which is a selling point for methane, which is $1,000 that we can put anywhere. And then I would need a methane or a tanker, a gas pressurized tanker that is capable of hauling methane. Doesn't Mac look good with a grain trailer? Ah! It's so nice to be able to use Mac for so many different things. Now I know we got another truck, but I just love Mac. There's something about Mac, you know? Alright, let's try to get her lined up here. All that time in American Truck Sim paying off. As I clearly just about run right into the freaking pole barn. There we go. Now we're talking. I don't like this. Why ain't this working? What's this button? Hide items. Oh, that's just a thing for the back wall. I don't care about that. I'm more like trying to figure out how I'm supposed to load this stuff in here. Does this mod just not work? Okay, we have it on the front one. Maybe we put it on the back first. I am so confused right now. I may have been swindled. This mod just might not work. And if that's the case, I'm big sad. This is one way to tell that I have not tested this. I just assumed that the mod worked. Oh, I just crashed. Alright, let's try again. Put it in the second bay. Maybe it's just the wrong bay. No, it's flat out not working. But why, man? Like, this is where you get stuff out, right? This is where you put your grain, clearly. I mean, it's literally what it's for. Am I supposed to click this? Enter vehicle driver. No. Like, that's what this is for. Hold the phone. Did they goof this up? Is the corn supposed to... I really hope this isn't the case. Because this is backwards as crap if that's the case. But I guess I'll try to see what happens if I try to put this over yonder by the other one. But I'm real confused right now, I ain't gonna lie. This is really, really annoying. Wait, what? Hold on. I saw trigger. There was a glimpse. I don't know what I'm stuck on at the moment. Okay, well that's not it. I saw it pop up for a split second. Now I'm just trying to figure out where I gotta be for that to do that. Alright, let's try the other bay again. I apologize, guys. Like, this is frustrating as crap. Oh no. Now what? Seriously, what am I stuck on? I'm at a loss. And I can't even, like, back this trailer in far enough to that other bay to see if that's where I would dump it. But again, it shouldn't be. Yeah, see, I can't even back that one in far enough to get that to trigger. The closest that we've come is backing this into the second bay. Alright, well, I did find a way to get the corn to actually be accepted here. Even if it is incredibly stupid. I don't know why the triggers won't let you simply back a trailer in. Because that's what these are for. But, yeah, we're going to have to go full dumb mode for this. Which means this is going to take a while. That being said, I could just go grab a second one of these to speed it up. That'll double it. I will shut Mac off for the time being. Let's go grab Little Red real quick. I was not anticipating this being this obnoxious. I'll be real honest. I don't understand why the triggers aren't working correctly. But clearly there's an issue. We'll get Little Red. We'll go grab our other small conveyor. And we can have double the throughput. Because this is going to take forever to load into this. What a disaster, man. Alright, to the mod creator. I don't know what's going on with your mod, but something needs to be fixed. Clearly. Like, if I can't dump my trailers into your freaking dump points that are specifically, clearly made for trailers, then there's an issue there. I'm no expert, but something's not right. Alright, can I detach? Oh, I forgot. It's attached through this, so I've got to go all the way over to this one. And then select this one and detach it. Then I get out of this one. See how much of a pain in the neck this has been? Such a turn. And then I should be able to fold this. And then I should be able to hook up to it. And pull it out of here. Set it down. Get out the way. Fold it up. It's a good thing we have backup plans, huh? So yeah, there's clearly something wrong with the triggers for the trailers. Because it works by just unloading the stuff onto the ground. It's jank as crap. But I'll do what I gotta do. You can see it does do that. And then we gotta turn this one on. There we go. And then if we look in our productions, you can see that clearly we are getting corn into the silo. So it's working. I really hope that it works to get the corn out of the silo. But the next thing we need to look at would be to go ahead and turn this on. And then we need to try to get our wood chips dumped out over near the other side. And see if we can't put the wood chips. Because I'm 100% confident that's exactly where they go. I'd be shocked if it wasn't where they go. I do apologize that everything has turned into a jank mess. And you can see none of those wood chips made it in. But now that we're done with the straw here, oh, don't tell me this is going to be a thing. Rather, there's nothing there. It's already been used. There are definitely interesting things going on today. And by interesting, I mean obnoxious. Yeah. And then this goes right in there. And now we are getting wood chips into our little furnace. Well, this has been an entire experience. Not a pleasant one. It's still registering that there's a pile there when there's clearly not. Okay, there we go. Just by detaching and reattaching, we have reset it. Oh my god. Dude, can we have anything else go wrong today? Like, I feel like we are having a time. And not a good one. Not a good time, just a time. Fill me up, Buttercup! Lord have mercy, we've got a way to make it work. The only thing I hope at this point is that somehow we manage to make this work and can get the corn back out. Because if not, I'm gonna throw something. I'm gonna be real honest with you, I'm gonna throw something. That's what's gonna happen here. If this does not work, like, I found a way to make it work, but if this doesn't manage to work, I'm gonna freaking throw something. This has been the most tedious. Like, it looks so simple. You just back into the bay, you dump your trailer into the grate, like every other place that has a grate on the floor. And you do the same with your wood chips. But that ain't the way it works. And I don't know why. Maybe I'm just unlucky and I have a bug? Because I can't imagine that this is supposed to be this finicky. There's no way. It would have never gotten, I don't think it would have got through the Mod Hub peoples. Because these mods get, like, validated through Giants, right? So it has to work. Right? I feel like there's a problem here. Maybe I'm just unlucky. I don't know. Clearly, this is not the way. We are going to need one more thing of wood chips. So let's go do that real quick while we're waiting for this load to get done. We'll get one more thing of wood chips over here. I always forget how this truck just stops on a dime. Because like I said, it should only take like what did we say it was? 11,000 liters or something like that. Which is kind of perfect because that's about what we're going to have with 2 loads. So two of these trailers full of wood chips should be what we need to convert all of our corn into dry corn, in theory. That is totally not validated by math. That is just me assuming. And Lord knows my assumptions have been on point today. Am I right? What does it say? Are we gonna, like, start or what? Let's go. Alright, Bessie, you did your part. Get out the way. Well done. You're the one thing that has been just consistent for me today. Thank you, Bessie. Mac, you've done good too. It's not your fault that this is being a pain in my neck. Speaking of which, suppose Mac's ready for the second load. Did I mention that we got, like, a lot of corn to dump over here? Like, I may have forgotten to mention that. We got a lot of corn to dump in here. This is going to take a minute. But I'm not going to make you guys sit through all this nonsense. I don't know how much of that I'm keeping in and how much I'm not, but I would imagine a lot of it is not. Alright, so we are on the front. So silly. And not in a good way. Alright, well, at least we can save, I guess. So there's that. But the good news is we should start to see dry corn, right? Yeah, well, we've already got 9,000 liters of dry corn. So it's working. This is not how I envisioned this episode going. I'll be real honest. But before we go putting too much more in there, I am going to pull this trailer alongside. Get this thing out the way. Totally didn't use this to bump my trailer because I was stuck on the building. Get our forwarder over here to where it's supposed to be. Gonna make me get into everything except the thing that I want, isn't it? Ain't that the way it goes? Look how long it takes these little belts to feed all this stuff into the friggin' thing, too. Alright, Mac. I apologize for making you look silly. This is not how I envisioned this going. Alright, now, please, for the love of God, at least let this trigger work properly. Okay, so this one actually works. So I can get the corn out. Alright, well, I guess that's a win. We take the wins where we can get them today, right? Let's see if we can swing in this way. Look out, deer. Stay away from my corn. Probably had a little bit of spillage here. Alright, put the corn in. I'm gonna move one of these out the way and see if, now that we have corn in there, if that somehow wakes up the sensor. I doubt it, but I've got to try, right? So we'll try that, and then we'll see if we can back it in and get it to unload normally now that we've actually got corn in the thing. Maybe there was just a glitch. We just had to get the production rolling. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Alright, let's pull forward. Do her again. We're doing about, what, 40,000 liters at a time? And we've got like another 160,000 liters to go. Forget how much corn we actually have. Yeah, we got another 100,000 liters. Good. Only 3 more of these loads. But like I said, I will try one more time to back it in there and see if we woke up the sensor. You know, these old buildings, sometimes you just got to get them moving before they actually start working. So maybe that's what it is. Now that we got everything up and running, maybe that's what it takes to get this building to accept that it's supposed to work. All right, let me make sure. Okay, I am on the back. Swing her around. Alright, we're gonna have to pull forward a little bit here. Nope, still not working. Boy, that is unfortunate. That is real unfortunate. I don't know why that's a thing. And like I said, that trigger that's in the back, like if you were to sell wood, like that trigger's only purpose seems to be to get rid of the little decorations at the back of the shop back there, which I don't think have any bearing on what we're doing. We're going to swing this around so that we're pointed in the right direction again. And then we'll just unload them again. Jackknife Mac here. Alright. Unload. Should be the back first. I mean, the trailer unloads very quickly. It just takes the conveyors a moment to get caught up. And we got to sit here and watch a mountain of corn raise up underneath our trailer. Good thing we had these conveyors lying around. Otherwise, this would have been a total loss. As soon as the corn's caught up, we'll get this thing moved over and grab another load. Now, ideally, I'd be able to just move up and grab another load while we're loading this into the thing. That ain't quite how it works. See if we can get moving here. Yep, we only got to do this 3 more times, guys. Oh, brother. This is, you know, sometimes farming just doesn't quite go the way you think it will. You know, there are good days, there are bad days. This is one of those bad days. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a good day. Because at the end of the day, all of what we're going through is going to lead to more money. While it may be a bit tedious, well, it is what it is. Not everything works perfectly. Sometimes you got to make do with what you got. Also, Mac is going to need some fuel real soon. Mac does put in the work. But we got enough for at least one more full truck and then another partial truck. Honestly, what I probably could have done was get my 2 big long conveyors over there and daisy chain them from here over to the thing. That probably would have been a smarter option. But again, just in my head, that ain't how this is supposed to work. We're supposed to use our trailer, dump it into the thing like a normal person. But here at Hidden Springs, nothing is normal. Everything's got to be complicated. We don't do things the easy way around here, okay? Been on a hard economy, doing everything the hard way the whole time. Why start doing things the easy way now? my corn pile grow! Just think of how much corn we're going to have to do next year. We might have to find a better way to do this. Like I said, next year there's a good chance that I just have a set of conveyors going all the way over here. Or we just load or unload our combine straight into this. That would be the smart way to do it. But again, we didn't have this at that time, so that wasn't an option. So, going forward, we would unload our corn straight from the combine into this, and then we don't have to worry about all this mess. We would only need to have one of these over here for the wood chips. And again, I don't know why the triggers aren't working for unloading, but clearly the building works. It's just something going on with the triggers, man. I wonder if it has something to do with, like, terraforming or something. I wonder if maybe the triggers are too high or too low. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, the building's sitting perfect. I mean, you see all the things. You would think that the trigger would be right there, but clearly that is not the case. Alright. Almost done, folks. Bear with me. Like I said, part of me wants to just leave this whole thing in because you guys get to see, like, the silliness of this episode. Like, you guys can feel my pain with me. The other part of me wants to cut all this and never let it see the light of day. Be like, hey guys, I did a thing, and then just... You guys let me know which version of this you would prefer. We're going to probably let it see the light of day just to see what you guys think. Whether you guys think this is just silliness that deserved to be shown, or if you guys would be like, yeah, maybe don't show that next time. Because this is going to be the whole episode. I've been recording for an hour at this point, and this is all I've done. I spent 30 minutes trying to figure out how I can get this stupid building to work. Just think of the money you're going to make when you sell your corn, Spartan. Just think of the money you're going to make when you sell your corn. It'll be worth it. Double the money, Spartan. Double. For just a little bit of tedium for this year. Next year, everything will be fine. It's fine. See the little stuff that we go through here for you guys? Just the little things. And then we got one more partial load after this one, and we will be done. Done. And then, like I said, when it comes time to sell, which should still sell, I would imagine, should still sell, like if we go to dry corn, which should be down here, dry corn should still sell in, oh my God, it sells in January. Well, I didn't see that coming. I mean, it also sells in July, but January is its highest price at $9.31. To put that into perspective, I didn't see that coming. We're selling our corn today, guys. Yeah, I didn't realize that was going to be a thing. But look at the difference in price. I guess corn sells in January at $4.81 too. I swore it sold in June, but apparently it sells also in January. Good to know. But yeah, we're doubling our price. The next question is, will I be able to get all of this stuff turned into dry corn in January? I might have to speed up time and see if I can make it work. This has been a catastrophic series of unfortunate events. Think of all the little rocks that are going to be in my corn. Everybody will love that. You've heard of popcorn, you've heard of pop rocks, but have you ever heard of pop rock corn? That's our new feature over here at Hidden Springs. Dude, we got a lot of corn in here. Got a lot of wood chips. It's burning through the wood chips too. But again, like, we got plenty of wood chips. That ain't gonna be a problem. We produce plenty of them. I think we produce like 60,000 wood chips a year. 60,000 liters a year, something like that. So we produce plenty of wood chips to keep this, you know, being a thing. That's not gonna be the issue. So close. Go, little Mac, go. Telling me I can't go because of that little tiny bit. Can I go now? This game does have some weird little quirks. That's what we'll call them. Quirks. I mean, in fairness to the game, this is probably not how it was intended to be played. Just gonna throw that out there. But, quirks nonetheless. Fill me up one more time, Jimmy. Problem is, the price of the dried corn is going to go down over time, I think. Meaning that we are potentially losing money. If we go down to our dry corn, yeah, it's at 9.31 at the moment. Wait. There's no selling point for dried corn? I didn't know there was... God, but... God dang it. Well, this is just horrendous. Alright, clearly we're going to need a selling point. I'm assuming there's a modded selling point in here for dried corn. That's firewood, grain dryer sell point. It's 50 bucks. Now, can I place this anywhere? Like, if I were to take this into town, yeah, it's land not owned by me. Son of a booger. Dang it! Well, that's not fair. So, in other words, I gotta put this right here on my freaking property. Well, that's gonna break the immersion. What was the point of having a grain trailer? I mean, I might as well just, like, literally place this right here. Right? I mean... we should be able to just place this right here. Man, I ain't happy about this. I'll be real honest. This whole situation has gotten me all hot and bothered for the wrong reasons. Alright, let's move forward. Oh, don't tell me you're too far. God dang it. Is there anything else gonna go wrong? Anything else? Give me the last of my corn, dang it. This whole episode has been a disaster. 51 episodes in, I have not had an episode quite like this one. This is just nothing has gone right. I mean, in fairness, I will still have to, like, grab my stuff from the thing. Like, I still need my trailer to offload my corn out of my dryer into the trailer and then sell it immediately. It's just not going to be me driving across the map to the selling point like I thought it would be. Which is unfortunate. Alright, so how much corn have we already... I mean, I just, like, literally think I had a seizure there. How much corn have we already managed to dry? We've dried 44,000 liters. That is one truckload of corn that we've already dried. I mean, that's not bad. That means we will be able to get through this corn pretty quickly, I think. Speed up time a little bit. It should process the corn. I think. Alright, we're going to pull this round to the side. You gotta get real close. No, 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 no! Stop! Stop filling! Stop it! I want to stop! Stop filling! You idiot! I can't even move because the freaking trailer's, like, not hooked up. God dang it. Ah! Why would they let me take regular corn out? Dang it! This is just the worst episode ever. I'm about to cry. I gotta freaking unload all this corn again. Why would you allow me to take regular corn out of there? That makes no... I only want the dry corn. Ah! Oh, Lord have mercy. God help me. I'm gonna lose my mind. Help me! What is wrong with me? Ah! Try to get in a hurry because this has been so tedious. I've been recording for an hour and have done absolutely nothing but be freaking frustrated for the entire hour. What is wrong with this? Is the worst episode ever! That's what I'm calling it, the worst episode ever. I'm not even editing it. I'm gonna do everything. You're seeing it all. I'm not editing this mess. Y'all can just tell me if you like it or you don't like it. This has been awful. This has been awful, man. How could everything be this horrific? Like, it doesn't make sense. And all the time that I've been playing Farm Sim, which admittedly is not as long as some of y'all. I get that. But in all my time, I have never been this frustrated with Farm Sim in my life. And I know that this is a mod, so it's not really fair to the game. But Lord have mercy. This entire episode has just been nothing but mistake after just irritating us. This building has weird hitboxes on it that catches everything. We are not taking regular corn. We are taking dry corn. And then I'm just going to dump the dry corn. And in theory, I should be able to dump the dry corn, sell it off, and make money at the same time that it's filling up. But it looks like that my trailer is not dumping as fast as it's going in. But this should allow me to dump the dry corn. At least until there's no more dry corn in the thing. And you can see we are all the way through all of our dry corn already. So we are going to have to speed up time. And see if that... I don't even know if this works, to be honest. I guess we're going to find out. Let's go like, I don't know, 120 times. Are we drying corn? Oh yeah, we drying corn. Alright. Get my dry corn. Offload the dry corn. This has been a mistake. This whole ordeal has been a mistake. Alright, we are chewing through our corn pretty quick though. That's good. I mean, we're making money. So that's, at the end of the day, that's at least a positive. At least we don't have to wait around for it. We can see the money that we're making. Make sure the price isn't going down on me. Oh, it's going down a little bit, but it's not much. So we're good. We're good. What is the lowest price? $4.27. Yeah, that is a huge difference. That is going back down to regular corn prices compared to dry corn. Alright, how much corn is left in our situation here? We have 5,000 liters of corn left. Are we out of wood chips by chance? I feel like we're out of wood chips. We are out of wood chips. Let me go back down to real time real quick. Let that do its thing. Let me move one of these. Like I said, this won't be a thing forever. Like, this is just once in a lifetime sort of problems. Because next time we go to load this up with corn, we're just going to dump it straight from the harvester, and that won't be an issue. And then as far as wood chips go, I can leave this belt here and just dump my trailer into it with wood chips. And that won't be a problem. So let's jump back in, Bessie. We'll get another load of wood chips brought over, and then that should allow us to finish our stuff. But right there, another $155,000. I mean, we're making bank. Like that's the good news. We're at least making money. All this frustration that we've dealt with today has at least netted us some money. So, concept is there. Execution probably needs a little work. Serpentine. Alright. Give me another load of wood chips, please. Thank you. I know I didn't even use my bin this year. Like, I've been so focused on trying to expand everything. There we go. Now we should have plenty of wood chips to get through the rest of the corn. Get back in Mac here. Go in here. Go back into the 120 times, because that seemed to be working. And then we can check our production. We have our wood chips, and we are officially out of corn. Beautiful. So we should be able to go ahead and set this back down to regular. And then load up our dry corn. And then dump our dry corn. And then shut this down. And don't ever think about this place again for the next year. For the next year, I don't want to even think about this place existing. Also, we're done, so we should be able to just shut this down for the day. So we should be able to go in here and just shut that off. And that'll be that. But overall, as horrific as everything went, I mean, we did just make, what did we make? $219,000, or $219,875 in corn sales. That is what we call profit. Total for this month, we managed to make $172,000. And that's not selling off all of our wood chips. Now, I do want to go ahead and take Bessie back up to her shed, and then we are going to buy one of our Lizard TARDIS trailers back so that we can haul our wood chips all the way from over there into the plant all at once. And then we won't have to worry about that for the next couple of years, putting wood chips in. And then we can sell off our wood chips for the next couple of years, I would imagine. I've got to make like a better turnaround right here. We don't use this very often, but it do be a bit tedious. Plus, the angle of the slope here is a bit excessive. But there wasn't much I could do about that, unfortunately. There's only so much terraforming the game will let you do. Alright, shut Bessie down. What a day, folks. What a day indeed. Alright, let's go see what we got. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I know I said I wanted the lizard TARDIS, but this thing has been looking at me in this sail for a moment. And it does have a tipper. And I kind of like it. It doesn't hold a lot. I'll be real honest. It does not hold a lot. In fact, it only holds 3,500 liters, which is less than the little trailer that we got. So I know it's not something I should use, but at the end of the day, it is something that does fit with the farm. It's not worth. Like, that would take me forever just to unload, like, the wood chips. Yeah, it's just not worth. It's not worth it. We'll get the lizard TARDIS. I mean, we could just get a different trailer altogether instead of the lizard TARDIS. I do have an auto load pack mod on now, but I haven't had a chance to use that in this series yet. I'm sure that we can get that to work for the furniture. Apparently not. Is it? Does it work for furniture? It works for just about everything, right? I think it works. Seems to work for everything. So yeah, we'll have to buy one of those. Potentially. But no, we want this lizard TARDIS mod right here. And we'll just pick this up again. We want the normal capacity gives us 18,500 liters. XL gives us 200,000. Yeah, we just go with the 200,000. That's fine. So we sold this in like the last episode. Now we're going and buying it again. Because I can't make up my mind for nothing. And then I gotta save. Go in here. Go down to Big Red. That's apparently not Big Red. Big Red must be this one. There we go. Let's go get our new trailer. We'll go grab the wood chips. All this because that trailer that I bought in the last episode didn't end up being able to haul wood chips. Which is unfortunate, because I could have swore I looked and it said that it could take wood chips. But, you know, you live and you learn. Sometimes things don't quite go to plan. And that has been the theme of this episode. Everything has gone to not planned. But look at these two beautiful fields all lined up, ready to be planted. We're going to be doing soybeans this year. So, no corn, but there's going to be a lot of soybeans off these two fields. That should be a decent profit for us. Also, we have $180,000, which means we could go ahead and buy the next set of property, which would be this one here, which would allow us to extend both fields once again. But I'll let you guys decide if that's what you guys want to see. I know this episode has dragged on, and I am sticking to my guns. I'm not editing this episode into anything. I'm going to let you guys feel my frustration. I've tried to keep it family friendly at least, because I was ready to start cussing and hollering. I might edit out a couple of the things at the beginning where there's some like dead space, but other than that, like, you guys get to feel all the frustration with me. Alright, let's get this back over to the shop. We'll pick up our wood chips in here. We plant in April, so we got a couple of months before we have to worry about that. But I do want to kind of go over some things. We'll give you guys some ideas to cook over in the meantime. As we get this thing back. But yeah, I was thinking about, like, as far as property extensions go, like, we still have the forestry stuff over here, so if you guys want to see an episode of me harvesting some logs and doing some logging, let me know down in the comments. We can get an episode of that in. It has been a little while. I haven't done it because I've been focused on the farming side, but if you guys want to see an episode of logging, we can definitely squeeze an episode of logging in there. And that'll make us a lot of money too, so that'll potentially get us to the next section. And I've actually decided not to go for the Case Steiger. I've actually decided to use the Big Bud mod, just because I've looked up, I think, is it the Welker farm that uses the Big Buds? I think it is. But I've been watching stuff on YouTube about the Big Buds, and it's an interesting story, and, you know, I think it kind of fits with our theme here on Hidden Spring Timbers more than going out and buying a Steiger, you know what I mean? Also, that backed up so well. That is the one thing that has gone well for us today. We'll fill up with the wood chips. We'll get these dumped over there on the other side. This tractor has been fantastic, by the way. This little Massey Ferguson has been so good. One of the best purchases. The old 9S 425. Such a good purchase. It's such a smooth operating tractor. Like, everything works so well on it. Some tractors don't work that well in this game. This was not one of those. This thing works fantastic. We're going to go ahead and drop this right here. Should be able to just unload it right there. Really? I don't know why it does that. Like, I have to get close to it to get it to trigger again. Now, what we could do, let's go ahead and move this over and double up our throughput. Seems like a good idea to me. Trying to get this. There we go. That ought to work. Now we've got double the throughput. But that'll give us enough wood chips in there to do the next couple of corn dry sessions. We won't have to worry about that, and then the next couple of years worth of wood chips we should be able to sell off, make profit from the wood chips. But this gives us some other way. The whole purpose of this was A, to make a little bit more money off the corn, and B, to give us something to use our wood chips for that wasn't just selling the wood chips directly. Because I feel like that fits more with the theme of what this whole series has been about, which is, you know, making do with what you got, working your way through, and, you know, building up over time. And that has been the backbone of this entire series. We're over 50 episodes deep now. Isn't that crazy? To go back and look at, like, episode 1, and then look at where we are now, it's incredible. So I want to say thank you to everybody who has stayed with me on the ride. I appreciate everyone. I know there's been a lot of new folks come by and watch the series as well. I can't thank you guys enough, man. I have thoroughly enjoyed this series, and I know we still got quite a bit of work to do. I do want to do some animals. I also want to get into expanding the town and actually buying that up so that we can build up a little bit of the town. But this series is starting to get to that point where it's starting to get to, you know, the end game, right? We've got our farm established. We've got our logging empire completely dominating. Like, we're getting to that point where we want to get to animals. And then once we get to the animals, then we get into building up the town. And then from there, it's off to the next series. Once we build the town, it's over. But we have done, I think, an incredible job for this entire series. I might be slightly biased in that, but it has been a lot of fun, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. This series would have been over a long time ago if you guys hadn't said that you guys wanted to keep watching. So, thank you guys. But we do have 50,000 liters of wood chips left in here, so that should keep us for quite a while. So, I mean, we're going to be doing soybeans next year anyway, so we won't have to worry about that. I don't think soybeans are part of the dry stuff, so you can see wheat, oats, corn, barley. That is what you get. So, we're not going to be using any of those in here anytime soon. But let's look at the map and we'll show what we've got. So if we look at the map, if we go to the farmland, we own all three of these spots here. Now I could go ahead and expand this field out slightly more, and we may do that, but this chunk of land right here is $176,000. We have $180,000. It's funny how that works. This is the one piece of land that would allow us to finish this field off and make it look decent. And then also clear this forest right here and then combine these two fields into something that would be pretty awesome as well. This wouldn't be a fully kitted out field, unfortunately, but I think it would be pretty cool. And then that would establish both of these massive fields completely. This would be complete. This area right here would be complete. I still want to work on getting the road over here, so this is another $170,000 that we're going to have to get to finish our road, where we have the Chia Pet, the famous Chia Pet right there. Nothing I can do about that until we buy this chunk of property. But, I mean, there's still quite a bit left for us in this map. And like I said, we eventually going to have to buy this up here. And, I mean, this 130, 124, 79. I mean, at least the prices up here aren't as much. So 86, 77. So we've got some land up here to buy, and then we can build out the town. We may not even have to buy all of it. We could buy like 22 and 30 and 31, and then maybe 14 as well, the animal dealer, and see if we can build up some stuff around here to kind of make it, you know, get rid of the farmland that's here, because obviously we won't need those in town. We can replace the farms fields with buildings, and then we would have our big old farm fields out here. But that's all for the future. I'll be waiting for your guys' input, and like I said, I apologize that this episode is such a mess, but, you know, sometimes that's just the way things go. Sometimes, you know, things just do not go to plan. So please let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.